So you start with a blank piece of paper between you, and I find this works much better than a flip chart in a reporting line conversation. Draw a line from the centre of the paper with an arrowhead and mark this challenge with a 0 and 100% scale. Draw 3 circles around the starting point of your line and indicating the central circle, ask your report, what's it like when you have low or really low levels of challenge for any length of time in your role? You'll generally get responses like the one shown here. It's frustrating because you know you could do more. It's boring because there's nothing new. Limiting because you're not really learning anything. It's generally unexciting. People may say having low challenge is nice for a bit, but after any length of time they want to move on. We call this the comfort zone. And when someone spends an extended period of time here, you'll find that they lose motivation, they lose confidence, and in fact over time their comfort zone will actually shrink. Once they're clear on this, indicate the outer ring and ask them what it feels like when you have too much challenge. Again, maybe many people will say it's enjoyable or exciting for a bit, but over an extended period the experience will feel scary. They might feel panic, they'll suffer burnout and feel fear. All of these are negative emotions, so we call this the panic zone. The next question to ask is what's it like when you have a good amount of challenge, indicating the middle ring. A Goldilocks zone if you like, not too much, not too little, just right. You'll generally get responses again like those shown here. This is a place of challenge, learning and growth, and we call this the challenge zone. It's our job as managers to keep our people in the challenge zone as much of the time as possible. It's where we'll get the most engagement, we'll get the most development, and most importantly, it's where we get sustained performance. Now that the model's been established, this is where the real conversation starts. Hand your pen to your report and ask them to mark on the chart where they think they are in general. Are they in the comfort zone, the challenge zone, or the panic zone? And for each one of these, you're going to have a different conversation. Your perception and their perception may be very different. You may be very surprised that they're in the panic zone. You actually may be surprised that they think they're in the comfort zone where you see much bigger challenges for them. But this is the conversation that you can now have about how much challenge they need, how much support they need, and how you can contract together, how you work together to achieve the right goals. The other thing I ask, apart from being where they are in general, is what's the one specific thing that gives them the most challenge or stress? I find this useful just to make something concrete. They may be in the comfort zone, they may be in the challenge zone, but they'll generally have one thing that's given them more challenge than anything else. And this is important for you to know because that's where you can support them the most.